NYT adds that it is a terror attack, but only in quotes. Because, well, the Indian Prime Minister said so. Otherwise, not so much, we're not very sure. At least 24 tourists gunned down by militants in Kashmir. Every word here is so problematic. Not simply 24 tourists randomly shot 24 Indians in their own country, checked and confirmed as non-Muslims, targeted on religion basis by radical jihadists, massacred, sent from Pakistan to identify and target them. Were lined up, sideline, asked to kneel, trousers pulled down for some of them, targeted on identity basis, leaving their women, mocking the families. Does any of this sense come from the headline that you just read here? I will conclude this episode with my favorite Al Jazeera. Look at their reporting for Palestine, for example, for Gaza especially. Direct, no mincing words, highlighting horrifying details in the headlines, in the reports, in the caption. You cannot escape the bombing, the deaths, and the visuals, and the words, and the text. You will have to click and read and watch and be horrified and become aware of what is happening in Gaza. And on Pahalgam massacre, gunmen killed 20 tourists in India-administered Kashmir. The details mention gunshot wounds, multiple tourists, and a military crackdown. Not a word in any of these areas to catch your attention. Let's talk facts. 26 men identified shot dead point-blank range by radical Islamist terrorists in Jammu Kashmir's Pahalgam on 22nd April 2025. As women and children watched in horror, they were then mocked by the jihadists. Women were spared, but they were asked to go tell their leader, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and tell the world what has been done here. 25 Indian men, 1 Nepalese citizen, newlyweds, father, son, husband. Religious extremism sponsored by Pakistan at its peak targeted specifically 25 men. These are facts. How did the international media twist facts to let the world know what happened in Pahalgam? This is what the world audience got to know. The maximum outrage has been coming out against the New York Times, one of the biggest news portals in the United States of America. Their headline: at least 24 tourists gunned down by militants in Kashmir. Every word here is so problematic. Not simply 24 tourists randomly shot 24 Indians in their own country, checked and confirmed as non-Muslims, targeted on religion basis by radical jihadists, massacred, sent from Pakistan to identify and target them. I'm not imagining the terror details. Pakistan-based Lashkar-e-Taiba's outfit, the Resistance Front, took responsibility, detailed why they carried out this targeted massacre. It was not a random open firing at a crowd. Survivor account after account from Maharashtra to Gujarat to Kerala have said that men were lined up, sideline, asked to kneel, trousers pulled down for some of them, targeted on identity basis, leaving their women, mocking the families. Does any of this sense come from the headline that you just read here? Does any of this detail emerge from the blah headline? Imagine an American citizen browsing through the newspaper or checking online and comes to read this newsprint. What will be his thought? Some sad disturbance somewhere in that part of the world, and turns the page. While Indians knew the brutality as more and more details and horrific mentions continued to come. NYT adds that it is a terror attack, but only in quotes. Because, well, the Indian Prime Minister said so. Otherwise, not so much, we're not very sure. But times are changing. This was immediately called out and by Americans. From the official account of the House Committee on Foreign Affairs, they struck off the militant word and said, "Here, fixed it for you, terrorists." How can the editors not see this? Now look at this. Even the American Hindus, who have been shocked to see how the American media has approached the Pahalgam massacre reporting, said this. This brave woman taking on the media, asking, the headline is otherwise very simple. Hindus massacred by Islamists in Kashmir in a Pakistan-backed attack. Direct, simple, plain. She then goes on to ask, why the gaslighting? Why such patronizing sneer quotes while terrorists murdered innocent civilians? So today, really, spare me the neutral words on such a day. It's the basic ethic of a journalist to at least report facts and call spade a spade, especially when it comes to brutal terror attacks on innocent people. Then come to the BBC. Shock and anger after 20 tourists killed by gunmen. Who is shocked? Who is in anger? What kind of tourists? And gunmen asked what? They asked for Islamic verses to be recited. And when the victims could not, obviously, then they were shot on the head. That is the fact. Even if you ignore the headline, because there could be a style sheet norm or a space crunch and blah blah, come to the details. 24 people. Why could even an elaborate caption with enough space to write not mention that these 24 people were 23 Hindus, 2 Christians, killed at ease, identified and hit at point blank range in a jihadist attack? Remember, this is not about lack of clarity in a developing story. Top leadership across the United States of America and the United Kingdom already had put out strong statements of condemnation. Donald Trump, the USA President, personally called up Prime Minister Modi. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer, French Prime Minister Emmanuel Macron, Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni, Russian President Vladimir Putin, all of them, their administration officials too, calling up Prime Minister Modi, expressing that they are together in this fight against terror, against the massacre that had happened in Pahalgam. The British Parliament even had a discussion on Kashmir terror attack. Bob Blackman, their Member of Parliament, expressed complete support to India. The world is taking note. The world leaders are speaking and acknowledging. Why are then some in international media either soft peddling and honestly not even reporting at a mass level as this should have been?
The systematic murder of Hindu pilgrims in Pahalgam in India. The sad reality is that the terrorist group that is thought to be responsible for this, the Lashkar-e-Taiba, these are a Pakistani organisation that deliberately targets innocent people in Jammu and Kashmir. We must give our reassurance and support for the government of India in making sure that they apprehend these terrorists and make sure that those responsible for supporting them are also brought to justice.
To be honest and fair, this time primarily the awareness and acknowledgement has come because of social media, because of Indian reporters on the ground who are documenting, sharing accounts that the world cannot ignore or dismiss anymore, especially how every family has revealed the same account of how they were identified and targeted. The Associated Press and other foreign agencies are more interested to use safe words. But their focus still is to ensure writing rather India administered, India controlled, rather than detail what unfolded in Pahalgam. First of all, let me break some misconception for you once and hopefully for all. There is no Indian occupied Kashmir. That's ignorance. Kashmir is the land of Shaivism, Lord Shiva and Ma Parvati, even before Islam was born. Kashmir has been civilizational with Indian history to begin with. It is an integral part of modern India, where the Indian government initiated all attempts to bring back normalcy. It was eventually helping the people of Kashmir. Elections were held in the most democratic manner. Development projects were announced. Kashmiri people were beginning to emerge out of curfewed nights and of horror and beginning to live a life of normalcy for themselves, for their business, for their children. Today, Kashmiri livelihood and economy has been impacted. Once busiest tourist zones have turned into ghost towns because of Pakistan attack. Pakistan has been no friend of Kashmiris. But don't let facts bother you, go by the narrative that you would love. Maybe the international media does not care about Indians or Hindus, the brown people, But I'm sure they care about the Israel-Palestine conflict. They've reported on it extensively. Did you not see similarities in the 7/11 massacre and 2204 for India? Not a coincidence. Hamas extremists were seen in Pakistan-occupied Jammu Kashmir in February. Look at these images. Similar strategy then was used on how Hamas had carried out the massacre on 7/11 was carried out in Pahalgam. The same high-tech equipment, body cam footage, helmets, targeted, identified attacks. International media cannot see what the world observers clearly can. The international media reported extensively on ISI-style executions, and today you intend to soft pedal because Indians and Hindus are the victims. This headline, about a foreign agency, about India's retaliatory measures is another travesty. India's measures are only diplomatic right now, not military yet. They've in fact shown the most restraint despite the outrage and anger in India. This headline says, India blames Pakistan for a deadly attack in a disputed Kashmir and suspends a key water treaty. Where is the Lashkar-e-Taiba terror outfit based? In Pakistan. Where does Hafiz Saeed, the main, big, important terror face, living, breathing and eating like a king? Pakistan. The entire world appears to agree now with the fact that Pakistan is the global epicenter of terrorism. They are drowning in their own mayhem because they've never had a positive outlook for the world and for their nation. Pakistan happily accepts that they have terrorists on their soil. They organize rallies, the hate speech are all on camera, but the global media says, well, let's think on it. Let's not very categorically mention it, even if there's been a massacre in India. I will conclude this episode with my favorite, Al Jazeera. Look at their reporting for Palestine, for example, for Gaza especially. Direct, no mincing words, highlighting horrifying details in the headlines, in the reports, in the caption. You cannot escape the bombing, the deaths, in the visuals, in the words, in the text. You will have to click and read and watch and be horrified and become aware of what is happening in Gaza. The blame directly, simply, always on Israel, never Hamas. And on Pahalgam massacre, gunmen killed 20 tourists in India-administered Kashmir. The details mention gunshot wounds, multiple tourists, and a military crackdown. Not a word in any of these areas to catch your attention. Who was specifically targeted, and why, and where exactly, and how. These are the basic protocols in reporting that were not followed deliberately. That should tell us all what exactly is on agenda. But I hope that you, the intelligent viewer, will be better informed this time. And I hope that you will be more brave to call out terror for what it truly is. How else do we fight terrorism if we cannot even acknowledge it in the first place? Thank you for watching.